On his 15th birthday, Hiroto's bedroom erupted with golden light. A panel blazed, entity class, deity, status, unverified. A dying god's registry slot had collided with his birth record. The cosmic system promoted an ordinary boy to divine status.
A god? Me? This can't be real.
The interface opened like a system tool. He could see strength, agility, Wisconsin Estam, and a blinking edit attributes button.
I can change them? This is insane. I could make myself stronger.
The next day, the old vending machine greeted him with a message only he could see: Divine Combo Meal.
Divine combo meal. That's not a real option.
Behind him, Koharu's eyes narrowed. She had seen the machine flicker, and Hiroto's eyes flash gold.
Hiroto, what was that? I've never seen that menu. And your eyes, they changed. Alert, unauthorized deity on the mortal plane. Dispatch Enforcer Vale, delete the imposter.
After school, Hiroto climbed to the school rooftop. Alone, he reopened the celestial interface, his heart pounding. A new command pulsed on the screen. Summon Divine Armament. It thrummed with dangerous potential. He pressed it. A brilliant golden saber materialized in his hands, its edge singing with unearthly light.
I knew it! You've been hiding something. That sword, it's not of this world.
It's just a prop. Koharu, a special effects project. You are reading into things.
But as Hiroto spoke, his irises ignited, casting a golden shimmer that no human could produce.
Your eyes, they just turned gold. Stop lying and tell me what you really are.
Across the city, a silver-armored figure descended through a rift in the sky. Vale had arrived. Divine signature detected. Grid 7, Quadrant 13. Target located. Still on the rooftop, Hiroto shivered as a cold dread settled in his bones. Something was hunting him. Hiroto bolted from the rooftop, his divine senses screaming a warning. Something terrible was closing in.
It's the Enforcer. The gods sent someone to delete me.
He summoned the system panel and navigated to his own registry. Delete status, deity. The command flashed. Error. Registry conflict lock. Subject status unverified. Administrative changes prohibited.
I can't even demote myself. This unverified tag is a trap.
A pillar of light struck the alley entrance. Vale stepped out, spear blazing. The stone cracked under his gaze. Imposter deity. By order of the Celestial Court, your existence is forfeit. Stand down desperately. Hiroto scrolled his skills list. Cloak divinity. Temporarily hide celestial aura. He activated it. His golden sheen vanished. Vale's scanner flickered. Target lost. Hiroto slipped into the shadows and fled.
I am stuck as a god. I need a real plan, and maybe an ally.
The next morning, Hiroto slipped through the school gates like a fugitive, every shadow a potential threat. Koharu blocked his path, a small recorder in her palm. Her eyes held a steely accusation.
I followed you last night. I heard everything, the light, the voice. Who was that? Hiroto.
The recording crackled with Vale's cold command. Imposter deity. Your existence is forfeit.
It's a game. An augmented reality test. I am a beta tester. They're just actors.
You are a terrible liar, but fine. I'll help you hide from these government agents. In exchange, I want answers.
Meanwhile, Vile stood atop a skyscraper, his gauntlet releasing 3 spectral hounds of silver light. Hounds of order. Track the divine scent. The imposter cannot evade us forever.
Thanks, Koharu. We'll start by finding the glitch in the system. Meet me after school. I hate dragging her into this, but I can't do it alone.
After school, Hiroto led Koharu to the dusty basement server room, forgotten by students and staff.
My admin access can unlock hidden terminals. There might be a celestial data node here.
His fingers danced on a seemingly dead console. Golden code streamed, and a hidden panel slid open. A 3D projection of the Divine Registry appeared. They searched for the original occupant of his slot, Zephyron. Status: deceased, executed for treason. But the execution timestamp had been altered.
Look, the file was altered 5 times after his death. Someone is covering up something.
Suddenly, red warning symbols erupted. The terminal blared. UN-authorized celestial access detected. Vale's hounds howled in the distance. The Enforcer was already triangulating their position.
We have to go, now. This place will be swarming with hounds in seconds.
They fled through a service tunnel as the server room exploded with celestial light. Vale had arrived. They took shelter in an abandoned warehouse, breathless.
I'll send a formal correction request through the Divine Network. If we frame it as an internal audit, they might approve it automatically.
He composed a celestial message and injected it into the Divine Network.
Request flagged as potential fraud. Registry conflict under active investigation. Correction denied.
Before they could react, the warehouse wall exploded inward. Vale stood in the breach. Your bureaucratic trick failed. Now, face oblivion.
Hiroto, you can't fight him. You are already exhausted.
Hiroto shoved Koharu behind him and unleashed a divine blast, a torrent of golden energy that engulfed Vale.
I said run. I'll buy you time, even if it costs me.
As they vanished into the night, the Oracle's damage report reached the Celestial Judge. The imposter was now classified as a hostile level 5 threat. During the night, Hiroto led Koharu to an abandoned internet cafe, convinced the error wasn't random.
There are encrypted memory fragments in his file. If you can crack one, we might see what really happened.
Hiroto's admin privilege peeled back the encryption. A ghostly projection filled the room. Zephyrin stealing a brilliant crystal.
He was a traitor. That's why he was executed. But then why am I here?
Wait! His death is listed before this theft. The file's timeline has been completely fabricated.
The terminal screamed an intrusion alert. Across the city, Vale's visor lit up with a precise coordinate lock. Archive breach confirmed. All units converge on the target's location.
They're already here. Through the back exit, move.
They plunged into the sewers as the cafe exploded with containment spears. Vale's backup was seconds too late.
Zephyron's crimes are now pinned on me. This isn't a glitch, it's a frame job.
Hiroto emerged alone into a foggy alley. Koharu diverted to safety.
I am running on fumes. One more fight, and I am done.
Found you. No more tricks, imposter. Vale struck with brutal efficiency. Hiroto's feeble defense shattered. His back slammed against the wall. Vale's visor scanned Hiroto's flickering aura. A new reading blared. Divine signature match. Zephyron. This energy signature. It's identical to the traitor Zephyron's. His execution was never confirmed. The body vanished. You are him.
I am not him. My name is Hiroto. I am just a student, a victim of a clerical error.
Lies. The registry doesn't make mistakes. You will be deleted, and Zephyron's crimes will die with you. But Vale paused. A flicker of doubt crossed his visor. The celestial codes demanded evidence of identity before deletion.
He's not sure, but I am still marked for execution. I need to find the real Zephyron.
Hiroto limped back to the hideout, where Koharu waited with a first aid kit and a worried glare.
I need to trace the exact moment the registry slot transferred. That will prove I am a scapegoat.
Using his admin privileges, Hiroto pulled up the raw registry log, a cascade of celestial data. The log spelled it out. Zephyrin's execution was a flag switch, a mask over a live transfer.
He deliberately overwrote your birth record with his divine ID. This was calculated, not an accident.
Zephyron is still alive. He dumped his crimes on a random kid and vanished.
A faint energy trace flickered in the registry. Zephyron's last ping, somewhere in the city. Then it vanished, before they could follow the trail. A golden scroll materialized before Hiroto, sealed with the court's insignia.
It's a divine summons. Trial for cosmic treason in 3 days. They're not just hunting me, they're putting me on trial.
3 days? That's impossible. We don't even know where Zephyron is.
The summons scroll still glowed when the air split apart. A ghostly, sneering face materialized.
You wanted the real Zephyron? Here I am, enjoying your little trial prep. My scapegoat, I picked you for your name, a flawless clerical cover. Your birth entry was a gift to my hidden status, and if you don't quietly take the fall, I'll expose your little helper. Koharu's life becomes forfeit as an accomplice. Plead guilty, accept deletion, and she lives. Refuse, and I'll paint her as your co-conspirator. Choose.
I'd rather die fighting than let you touch her. I'll find the evidence, Zephyron.
Zephyron's projection crackled with fury, but Hiroto's eyes caught a flicker, a data trail embedded in the signal.
Insolent child. You'll regret this. Enjoy your trial. I'll be watching.
What was that? A hidden memory file?
It's a trace to his real data. If I can decode it before the trial, I'll have everything.
Hiroto traced the signal to an old clock tower on the edge of the city. The entrance was sealed with divine locks.
My admin key should override this. Stand back.
The lock shattered. Inside, dust-covered stairs led to a chamber humming with a hidden terminal. Hiroto's hands flew over the terminal. Encryption peeled away, revealing a complete memory file. Zephyron's crimes, the frame job, all of it.
Download it, quickly. This is our only chance.
The air cracked. Zephyron stepped from the shadows, no longer a projection. His withered form, radiating malice.
You think a mere download will save you? I'll erase this place and you with it.
Hiroto shoved Koharu behind a pillar and took the blast. His body crumpled, but the download completed. A glowing crystal in his palm, a blinding spear of light pierced the tower. Veil descended, his voice echoing. Cease by order of the Celestial Court. You are under arrest, Hiroto. But this evidence, it changes everything. The trial will decide your fate. Hiroto was dragged in chains of light to the center of a celestial amphitheater. Gods filled the galleries like silent thunderheads.
Hiroto, mortal. You are charged with impersonating a deity, theft of the Star of Order, and cosmic treason. How do you plead?
Veil stepped forward as prosecutor, his visor projecting a damning cascade of registry logs and energy signatures. The divine wavelength of the criminal matches the accused's registry slot, with 0 deviation. The theft, the treason, it was all his energy. The gallery erupted. Ancient gods, luminous and terrible, shouted for deletion. The word imposter became a storm.
They aren't looking for truth. They're following a script Zephyron designed. I have to hack the projection system.
His divine senses overlaid the courtroom. Beneath the gilded pillars, a web of administrative protocols hummed. One access point glowed weakly.
That's the evidence protocol. If I can embed the memory file during Veil's final submission, it will autoplay.
The evidence is conclusive. This court will proceed to judgment.
Hiroto's hand subtly traced the air. A hidden command prompt materialized. Upload, evidence. He waited for the precise moment as the judge's gavel began to fall. Hiroto slammed his finger on the hidden prompt. Upload evidence. The court froze. A 3-dimensional projection erupted. Zephyron's own memories played across the court. Every crime, the frame job, his mocking laughter.
Pathetic mortals. I claimed a scapegoat, and you all fell for it. This brat is nothing but my decoy.
The gallery of gods erupted, but now with horror and fury. Veil's spear arm dropped. His visor flickered with the truth. From across the grid, Zephyron's remote entity sensed the upload. A dark tendril of code speared into the projection, trying to corrupt it.
You won't erase it. Admin lock, file integrity seal. This evidence is now court property.
Silence. This court acknowledges the true perpetrator. Zephyron, you are revealed and will be summoned for judgment.
Vale's visor updated with a new directive. Capture Zephyron. The enforcer turned and strode out, purpose renewed.
The truth is out, but Zephyron won't come quietly. This isn't over.
The judge's gavel struck again, marking a recess. The real trial had just begun. Zephyron was now the target. Vale tracked Zephyron to a dark nexus and dragged him to court in chains of starlight. The captive god's once mighty form was withered and desperate.
You can't do this. I have information, other corrupt gods. I can reveal their crimes. Only let me live.
Zephyron's divine aura flickered like a dying candle. The once mighty betrayer was reduced to pleading.
Hiroto, as the victim of this crime, the court recognizes your right to propose a sentence. What do you seek?
Deletion means ending a consciousness forever. Imprisonment might not stop his schemes. The registry must be protected. I request deletion, not for revenge, but to ensure he can never manipulate the divine system again.
A heavy silence filled the amphitheater. Even Zephyron's pleas choked in his throat.
The court accepts your request. Zephyron, you are sentenced to cosmic deletion. Your essence shall be erased from existence.
Zephyron's chains tightened as the sentence registered in the cosmic code, binding his form for the execution to come. Hiroto watched, his face unreadable. He had chosen judgment over mercy, and the weight of it settled on him like a mantle. The judge's gavel descended, and the cosmic sentence activated. Zephyron's form erupted into a supernova of golden agony. His scream stretched into silence as his essence fragmented into starlight, absorbed by the courtroom's veil. Nothing remained but a vacant registry slot. The gallery of gods sat in stunned silence. The traitor was gone, and the mortal they had condemned stood absolved, still in chains.
Hiroto, though you are absolved of Zephyron's crimes, your registry status remains deity. His domain now lies empty. Ascend. Take the vacant throne. You have proven yourself worthy of godhood. Rule with the power that would have been his.
Unlimited power, an eternal throne. But I saw what that did to Zephyron. Corruption festers behind divine authority. I don't want to be a god. I want my mortal life back. Is there a way to undo the registry slot entirely?
Irreversible. The promotion was a cosmic transfer. Once elevated to deity, the system permits no demotion. You are entitled to this station.
Hiroto's eyes narrowed. If the system had no back door, how had Zephyron hidden? He summoned his admin panel, fingers tracing the code.
There, a hidden protocol. Partial demotion with retained privileges. I can't be mortal entirely, but I can choose what to keep. I choose partial demotion. I'll return to mortal life, but I'll keep one privilege, the power to revoke any god status with a single keystroke.
That privilege is reserved for the highest overseers. You would become a target for every corrupt deity in the cosmos.
Then let them come. I just watched a god try to steal an innocent life. I won't let that happen again.
Hiroto pressed the hidden command. The cosmic code shivered, then accepted his override with a resonant chime. His celestial armor peeled away like mist, the golden aura fading. But before it vanished completely, a sigil burned into his palm. He stood in his torn school uniform, mortal once more, but the mark on his hand pulsed with the authority of a god.
So be it. You are now the God Auditor. The first mortal granted the power to revoke our kind. The court cannot protect you.
I don't need protection. I just need to know that when they step out of line, I can click revoke. That's enough.
The gallery erupted in shocked whispers, a mortal with the key to their existence. Many eyes now watching promised future confrontation.
I never asked for this, but now that I have it, I will use it. Every single one of you better behave.
A column of silver light split the evening sky. Hiroto materialized on the school steps, collapsing to his knees. His uniform hung in tatters, and his body trembled. The celestial trial had pushed him past every limit. Koharu burst from the shadows, her face a storm of fear and relief. She caught him before he could fall.
The feed went dark after Zephyron was deleted. What happened? Are you okay?
I fixed it. I am human again, mostly. Just. Not entirely ordinary.
He turned his palm up. A golden key-shaped sigil pulsed beneath the skin, humming with latent authority.
That's not mortal. What did you keep, Hiroto?
The power to revoke any god's status. One keystroke and they're mortal. I am the god auditor now.
You are an idiot. You traded one death sentence for a lifetime of being hunted, but I am not going anywhere.
She pulled his arm over her shoulder, and together they limped away from the gate. The night was quiet, but the stars seemed to watch. Weeks after the trial, Hiroto sat in his darkened room, a small celestial terminal hovering before him. The divine network flagged a minor harvest god. Prayer extortion, mortal threats, all documented in cold celestial logs.
They turn a blind eye to the little ones, but rot starts from the roots.
The revoke command pulsed on the screen. A single keystroke would shatter a cosmic existence forever.
I said I'd use this power. If I hesitate now, I am no different from the gods who ignored Zephyron.
He pressed the key. The registry shuddered, and a thunderous chime reverberated across unseen dimensions. The harvest god's status bar flickered from gold to blood red. Deity status revoked. Hiroto's sigil erupted in golden fire, the key of the auditor pulsing with the weight of the act. In a forgotten realm, a once divine being screamed into silence, all grace torn away by a mortal's decree.
One down. Countless corrupt gods still hide, but they should know. The auditor is watching.
In the celestial court, the air shuddered. A minor harvest god materialized on the accused platform, his robes unraveling into dust.
The auditor has spoken. This divinity is revoked. Let the registry record that no god is above oversight.
Hiroto's terminal chimed softly. First revocation successful. The message was brief, administrative, yet it carried the weight of a cosmic execution.
The system works. They all know now. I wasn't bluffing.
His phone buzzed. A message from Koharu. Did you just do something?
Just a little cleaning.
He put the phone aside and stared at the darkened ceiling. The weight of the act was real, but so was the certainty. In the celestial court, the fallen god was erased from the gallery's memory as swiftly as he had been revoked. But fear rippled through the divine ranks. A notification appeared on the terminal. Auditor status active. Alerts 17. Flag deities pending review.
17 more. I might need to miss a few classes.
Hiroto closed the terminal and let the darkness return. The corner where his celestial armor had first blazed still seemed to hum.
That night, my world shattered. But some things need to break before they can be rebuilt.
He traced the burnished gold lines on his palm, feeling the divine architecture beneath his skin.
Zephyron thought he could bury his sins in an innocent life. No god will ever do that again. I won't allow it.
Flashes of the trial crossed his mind. The judge's gavel, the chains, the supernova that ended a god.
Wielding the power to erase deities doesn't make me a tyrant. It makes me the answer to divine tyranny.
He stood and walked to the window, looking out at the city. Tiny lives, unaware of the cosmic machinery above.
I am not a hero. I am the auditor tonight. If the gods forget their place, I'll remind them.
The sigil on his palm gave a single, answering pulse, a soft, golden heartbeat against the night. Hiroto turned away from the window. His work was only beginning. And somewhere in the cosmos, 17 gods had just felt a chill. The school rooftop had become their spot. Lunch trays balanced on knees, the city stretching below them like a quiet promise.
Are you really going to keep auditing gods forever?
When they deserve it. Think of it as cosmic pest control.
You are impossible, but I guess the world needs someone to keep the divine in check.
She still worries, but she's not running away.
They ate in comfortable silence. A breeze carried the distant sound of the school bell, but for now, time held still.
For the first time in weeks, I feel normal. Like I might actually get through this.
Don't get too comfortable. Knowing you, another crisis is probably brewing.
They laughed, a sound that still felt rare. Below them, ordinary life streamed past the school gates, unaware of the watchman above. Hiroto's hand rested on his knee, the hidden sigil warm against the denim. The auditor sat in silence, and for a moment, the cosmic scales were calm. Later that night, Hiroto sat cross-legged on his bed. The celestial terminal materialized with a soft chime, casting gold across the dark room. A priority list scrolled into view. 3 names marked with the blood-red chevron of audit, all pending his judgment.
Another one already? I thought your homework was bad enough.
The audits never stop, but this one's high priority, a prayer thief on the eastern shore.
His hand drifted to the terminal, the sigil on his palm already warming. The name hung before him like a verdict waiting to be spoken. With a single touch, he opened the deity's file. The option appeared. Our evoke status? It was always the same question. The sigil flared, a golden key blazing in the dark. The room hummed with invisible authority.
One more corrupt god falling. The scales just tipped a little further toward justice.
He pressed the button. The screen flashed, and somewhere beyond mortal sight, a god's power unraveled. The terminal went dark. In the silence, only the sigil's afterglow remained, a quiet reminder that the auditor was watching.